Let us understand mental health and explore how we can take care of our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. Welcome to your weekly slice of mental health tips and tidbits with Pat and B, here on Mind Ed.
Sa'yo sumisilong kapag ang puso ko'y pagod.
Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM. This is your stop for all things pop. Catch our all-around pop culture geek, Chola Sediaren, as he throws in some dose of what's poppin' and what's hot in the pop culture scene here on Popcorn. Munch in with us every Thursdays from 4 to 6, only here on Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan.
To listen to music that uplifts the soul, follow jescom.ph on Spotify and Jescom Music on YouTube. Our music is also available on iTunes and Deezer.
Welcome to The Rundown, where we take you right into the action with the latest sports news, updates, game previews, breakdown, and analysis in, around, across, and beyond the Ateneo. And now, let's get ready to run down! Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM. Follow at Radyo Katipunan in our social media accounts on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. Mamangha sa lalim at ganda ng ating kultura at diwang makabayan sa mga salita at pahina. Sa tulong ng mga guro at manunulat ng panitikang Pilipino, halina't tuklasin ang yaman ng ating panitikan, ang pamana ng ating lahi. Ito ang Sari-Sari, tuwing Miyerkules, 11:00 ng umaga, dito sa Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM.
Jesuit Music Ministry, music that uplifts the soul. Follow jescom.ph on Spotify and Jescom Music on YouTube. We are also on iTunes and Deezer.
Are you feeling sore? We can make that better. Tune in to the Ateneo Senior High School's first radio program, SOAR, the Seniors On Air Radio, where you can listen to music you want, straight from our playlists. Don't change that channel yet, because SOAR is ready to put the you in youth. SOAR, Seniors On Air, here on Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpa at tama. Buhay Atenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero, sugo, todo sa kayod, tulong at tulong.
rejoice, refresh, renew, and reflect. Join us for an hour of music that uplifts the soul. Listen to your favorite Jesuit music ministry artists. This is JMM Radio. JMM Radio. Get your day's dose of inspirational music. Tune in to JMM Radio every Wednesday from 1 to 2 p.m. Only here on radyo-katipunan 87.9 FM.
Ikaw lamang ang pangakong mahalin, sasumpang sa iyo magpakailan paman. Yakapin mo bawat sandali, ang buhay kong sumpang sa'yo lamang alay, at mapapawi ang takot sa'kin. Pangakong walang hanggan. Ikaw lamang ang pangakong susundin, sa takbo, sakdal, liwanagan ang daan. Yakapin mo bawat sandali, ang buhay kong sumpang sa'yo lamang alay, at mapapawi ang takot sa'kin. Pagkat taglay lakas mong angkin. Ikaw ang siyang pag-ibig ko, asahan mo ang katapatan ko. Kahit ang puso ko'y nalulumbay, mananatiling ikaw pa rin. Ikaw lamang ang pangakong mahalin, sa sumpang sa iyo magpakailan paman. Yakapin mo bawat sandali, ang buhay kong sumpang sa'yo lamang alay, at mapapawi ang takot sa'kin. Pangakong walang hanggan, at mapapawi ang takot sa'kin. Pagkat taglay lakas mong angkin.
Okay, we are live broadcasting from our homes. Welcome to JMM Radio, the official radio program of the Jesuit Music Ministry. Ngayon po ay 23rd of June 2021 at Miyerkules na naman po. Kaya kasama po namin kayong muli ngayong gabi.
Ayan. Of course, listen to music and talk that uplifts the soul. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat and welcome to another edition of JMM Radio, only here on radyo-katipunan 87.9, the voice of the Blue Eagle. Of course, if you are within the 2-kilometer radius of the Ateneo and the Manila University, of course, you can listen to us via the FM. FM band at 87.9 FM. Or of course, kung kayo naman po ay nasa social media, of course, you can watch us live now on our Facebook pages at Radyo Katipunan, Jesuit Communications at the Manila University, and of course, our Jesuit Music Ministry page, and same as with our artist pages. Ayan.
Yes.
So, magandang gabi po. Ayan, of course, another exciting na naman namang exciting episode ng ating matutunghayan ngayong gabi. And bago yan, meron tayong nagbabalik. Meron tayong nagbabalik na host. And of course, na-miss natin tong taong to. Walang iba kundi ang ating producer na si Chris King de la Cruz. Ayan.
Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat, no? Yeah. Lester and Justin, sa lahat ng nanonood at nakikinig sa atin ngayon, na-miss ko to.
Yes.
Salamat sa statistics, no? Na-miss ko to.
Uy, Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day,
King. Happy Father's Day. Salamat sa Happy Father's Day sa lahat ng mga ama. At saka yung mga lahat ng klaseng ama. No?
Oo, lahat na. Of course, totoo man o hindi. May maganon ba? Ayan. Pero syempre that was last Sunday. Ayan. Pero sabi nga natin, 'di ba, Les, meron tayong 2-part Father's Day special na.
Yes. Last week we had Father Jello Parlan of the Shrine of St. Joseph sa may Anonas, Quezon City.
Yeah.
And today we have a very special guest. Pero bago tayo dumako dyan, no, nakalimutan ko pala sabihin ng ating awit sa panimula ng ating show ay inawit ni Arman Ferrer. And of course, ang nakita po ninyo na aming musician ay si Dr. Alberto Antonio. Ayan. Hi, Doc Albert.
Yes, very nice.
Yung panunumpa is a composition of Father J. Boy Gonzalez, SJ, at nasa YouTube po ito at mapapakinggan din ninyo sa lahat ng digital music platforms.
It's a different take of the classic wedding song. Sabi nga na the classic wedding song. Pero in fact, 'di ba, ang history nito, inaalay talaga itong kanta na to sa tatay ni Father J. Boy, tama, di ba? Oo, so that was the original story of it. Ayan.
It's a vow song. Pero parang very just very appropriate sa ating topic, sa ating guest, sa ating pag-uusapan ngayong gabi.
So last time, yun nga, sabi mo nga, ginest natin si Father Jello because we were talking about, of course, our Blessed Father, who is of course Saint Joseph, no? Bilang pagsisimula nga ng ating, kumbaga, yun nga, yung episode on fathers. Ngayong gabi, ayan, we will be speaking to a real father, a real father in life and in the name, ika nga. So, ayan. So makikilala natin siya in a bit. Ayan. O bago yan, kamustahan muna natin si Chris. Kamusta ba ang buhay, Chris? Kamusta ang naging Father's Day mo?
Masaya yung Father's Day namin kasi kasama namin yung dad ko, no. Pinapunta namin siya dito sa bago naming nilipatang lugar, no. Tapos nag-lunch kami, tapos celebration, picture kasi yung mga treasured memories no, yung mga bagay na hindi nababayaran ng pera, no. spend mo yung time mo sa magulang mo, no? So, masaya naman. Tapos, yun nga, tinanong ako ng anak ko, ano daw yung gusto ko regalo? Sabi ko, SUV. Natawa yung nanay. Natawa
Mahal
yung
ha,
nanay.
mahal ha.
Pero sabi ko nga, pinost ko yun sa Facebook, sabi ko, ang gusto ko lang malusog na pangangatawan para sa mga anak ko. Kasi kailangan nila ako eh. So, yun, hindi mababayaran pa rin ang pera. Pero maganda pa rin yung SUV.
Oo, di ba? Hopeful. Wishful thinking pa rin tayo sa SUV,
Oo.
syempre. Pero tama ka dyan. No? Walang material na bagay na kapalit ng presensya, of course. Kaya yan, tama hingingin natin ng malusog na nakapangangatawan, of course, no, ng ating mga ama. No, kung kapiling pa natin sila, syempre. Anyway, okay. Sige, so siguro baka na-excite na yung ating yung mga nanonood sa atin, mga nakikinig, no, kung sino itong ating guest for tonight. So, Les, maybe you can introduce.
Correct. Ang ating panauhin ngayon ay isang pari mula sa Diocese of Antipolo. Kasalukuyan siya ay naka-assign sa isang parokya dyan sa may Marikina, ang Our Lady of the Abandoned Parish. No? Friends, please welcome Father Lamberto Ramos.
Hey.
Hello, Father.
Good evening, Father.
Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat, sa inyong mga tagapakinig. And I'm happy to be here with you. From father to father.
Thank you so much, Father, for joining us for this evening's episode. Siguro po nagtataka yung ating ibang mga katipuneros, no, kung bakit nga ba si Father ang ating guest ngayong gabi. Obviously, of course, he's a father. He's a priest, yes. Kumbaga isang uri ng pagiging ama. Pero it's a very his story it's kind of different from the rest of the other priests, no, yung pagdating sa bokasyon nila, because siguro si Father na lang ang pakukwentuhin natin kung bakit nga ba iba ang kwento niya sa ibang mga pare. So, yon. Sige, why not we start, Father, with that story, your pre-vocation story. Ano po ba si Father bago ng pagpapare?
Okay. Salamat. At marami ang nagtataka. Although, when I was ordained 3 years ago, na-broadcast ito eh. Sa TV, sa radio, sa print, kung saan-saan, hanggang sa Alitea, hanggang sa Vatican, nakarating pa yata. Kaya maraming nagtataka, pwede pala iyon, sabi nila. Sabi ko naman, kung ikaw ay pare na pwedeng mag-asawa, isa yan sa mga ipinangako mo. Pero kung kamukha ko naman na byudo, technically, binata ako. Kaya pwedeng maging pare. Not to mention that I was already a seminarian at age 11 hanggang 19 years old. So nag-minor seminary ko at nag-major seminary ko. Kaya nga lang ay yung aking spiritual director, sabi niya sa akin, hindi ka dapat na magpatuloy agad, pare Lambert. You're so young. You entered the seminary at age 11. You didn't know what you were giving up in the first place. So yun ang pagkakasabi niya sa akin. So ang ginawa niya, nirekomenda niya ako na magturo sa College of the Holy Spirit. At doon na nagtapos ang aking pagiging seminarista sapagkat doon ko na nakita ang aking mapapangasawa. So ayun ang nangyari. So ex-seminarian ako, went to teach at a girls' school while at the same time I was taking a master's degree there sa inyo, sa Ateneo dyan. Tapos, ayoko nang bumalik sa seminaryo. Nag-asawa naman, nagpakasal kami. Nagkaroon kami ng 3 magagaling na mga bata. Lahat naman sila, puro nag-aral din lahat dyan sa Ateneo. 2 boys, 1 girl. Kahit na yung babae from Assumption went to Ateneo for her college. So all the way. Ganyan. Pero alam mo, in between, I became, I couldn't support my family by just philosophizing and teaching. So I went to study business. I was employed by various multinational companies here and abroad. So I have reached the pinnacle of corporate life. I became a president and CEO. But disaster came. My wife had cancer. So she died in year 2009. By then, I was just 58 years old. She was 59 years old. In fact, I became antisocial for 2 years. I just couldn't cope with the fact that I lost her. Until, light came because of a good friend, my spiritual director, my best friend from my seminary days all the way to his priesthood and to my corporate life. He brought me back to my senses. So I started going out again. In fact, I even had a girlfriend, but I just couldn't believe that I'm still capable of living with another woman on a day-to-day basis. So I don't know whether this is the workings of the Holy Spirit. I call it the Holy Spirit's sense of humor. The idea of getting back to the seminary suddenly became almost like a real thing. But prior to that, at the deathbed of my wife, the night she died, when she was just all alone by myself, all my children were gone, I seized the opportunity and told her, please forgive me, I forgive you, I love you. I'm sorry that I was not able to give you all the wealth that I promised you. Suddenly, it was almost like a miracle. She was no longer hearing anything. She was no longer seeing anything. Biglang nagliwanag ang kanyang mukha. Remove all those things on her face. Just told me, Lambert, if you become a priest, that is all the wealth that I wish. The following day, she died. I believe happily. I believe she was fetched by my mother, and together with Blessed Virgin Mary, the three great loves of my life, Mother Mary, my mother, and my wife, they all went to heaven and bring Bilma, my wife, to heaven. And I'm sure the three of them keep on looking on me and seeing and watching over me. That's in summary, what happened. So, I don't know. I mean, as of today, I have yet to have a real, tangible explanation for what happened to me. What I know is that by the grace of God and by the workings of the Holy Spirit, here I am, 3 years as a priest. And prior to pandemic, my bishop even sent me to Rome to study church management. So now, thankfully, I was able to get out of Rome prior to the Italian lockdown. So we were having all kinds of, webinar classes, of online classes. Hopefully by September or October, I can go back and finish the course.
Grabe. Grabe, Father. Parang sabi ng mga millennials, no, ang daming feels ng kwento nyo. Kasi parang, it's a roller coaster ride of sorts. Kasi from, di ba, you were already in that stage ng buhay mo na you're already, kumbaga founded ka na. Tapos, and then suddenly, there's this, sudden change in your life na talagang drastic, no? Tapos ito na yun. Tapos parang you were redeemed from that. Ang ganda ng kwento, grabe. Anyway,
May
pero
tawag
Father,
dyan, plot twist eh. Di ba? May plot twist.
oo, di ba?
Daming
Tama.
plot
Sa
twist.
mga
Mga millennials.
K-drama, ayan, may grabe yung plot twist, sunod-sunod, di ba?
Ganda.
Oh, pero actually no, ginuwento na ni Father yung halos yung buhay niya from from when he started as a seminarian all the way to becoming a priest, no? Tapos nagkapamilya siya in between. So, yun po, no? Kaya iba yung storya ni Father kasi nga he actually had a family he actually had 3 kids in fact na
Yes.
ano.
Yes.
No, I can imagine having a father who's a father, a real father, diba? Pero anyway, balikan natin yan mamaya, Father. Gusto naming malaman, Father, kung paano yung love story nagsimula. Ayun. Doon kasi kami medyo naging
Curious kami, Father.
Paano nyo na-meet si Mrs.
Oo, eh.
Father? Tsaka paano lumago?
Oo. Kasi Father, yun yung isa sa plot twist di ba? Parang
Yes.
simula, you were in love with the Lord, of course, because you were a seminarian. You were looking forward to really be in one with God, pero suddenly parang biglang nag-plot twist, di ba? May ibang kwento. So,
Yeah,
paano po
okay.
yun? Paano po yun?
Lester, may I just say, loving God and loving a woman are not mutually exclusive. May I affirm that?
Okay.
In fact, loving a woman can be your best way to loving God. Diba? It can be that. So it was not as if when I fell in love with a woman, I was rejecting my love for God. There is no such thing. In fact, it strengthens this thing. And that is what we should all emphasize. Lahat kayo, puro mga, I assume may mga pamilya na kayo, mga binata pa kayo, but someday you will have your family. You will have to find the beauty of these both loves. So okay, going back to your question, how did it start? Yun nga, lumabas nga ako seminaryo. I was 19 years old. Anong araw kasi, ngayon 18 years old, katatapos mo pa lang ng grade 12. Ako 19 years old, tapos na ako ng college. So 11 years old, tapos na ako ng grade school, kaya ako nag-minor seminary na. So, but because I am literally matangkad ako nung araw pagka matangkad ka mukha ka nang matanda So I was quite tall. So pagpasok ko pa lang lagi nang parang meron na agad na dating matangkad So at that time when I was teaching, the depth or the seriousness of my intention to become a priest was very solid. Ganun pa rin yan. Kaya nga ako nag-aral pa sa Ateneo ng Master's Degree in Philosophy para pagbalik ko sa theology, mas preparado na ako. So, kung bakit naman habang nagtuturo ka ng philosophy, merong isang tahimik na isang estudyanteng nasa likuran lang and peacefully taking notes, para bang merong nagbulong sa akin, that is the woman I'm going to marry. Suddenly, ba't ko nasabi yun? Nasa seminar, nagre-regency pa lang ako So that must have been the turning point of all these things. But I am going to say this right away. I did not take advantage of my being the instructor to teach, to court her. I courted her after she graduated. Para matapos lang yung mga hahaka-haka, cradle snatcher. Excuse me, mas matanda pa sa akin ng isang taon na tinuturo ako
Ang dami mo palang chismis, Father, ganon.
Nako, napakadami. Meron pa mga ibang mga schools because I was teaching in various girls' schools. Sa Holy Spirit, sa St. Teresa's, sa St. Scholastica's. So hindi ko na lang sasabihin kung sino. Yung mga ibang estudyante ko noon na after 10 or 15 years, galit pa sa akin. Ikaw naman lang. Kala namin talagang magpapari ka. nag-asawa ka, hindi pa sa aming school ka kumuha, ba't dyan pa sa Holy Spirit? ganun ang
May rivalry, Father.
May rivalry pa pala
biro nila
na,
sa akin.
Father.
Mga biro lang naman. Mga biro lang naman yan. Ngayon. Kaya ngayon, pag nagbibigay ako ng mga retreats and recollections, sila rin, mga students of mine of 40 years ago are now the same people listening to me in various retreats and various recollections. So that was the story all the way. I already knew that she would be the mother of my soon-to-be children, right there and then. So yun ang naging decision ko right away. Kung ano na yun. Kaya nagpaalam ako sa bishop ko. My bishop, when you are at the diocesan seminary, you answer to your bishop. In my case, my bishop was then the Bishop of Malolos. Hindi pa ako dito sa Antipolo. Bulakenyo kasi ko eh. So I went to my bishop. Bishop, this bishop, Bishop of Malolos, became the Archbishop of Lipa and became the Archbishop of Cebu, si Cardinal Vidal. So I was very, very close to him, even during those times. So I went to talk to my bishop and told him, Bishop, I'm going to take a regency nung lumabas ako. Pero noong I am determined na hindi na ako babalik, and I have made up my mind, sinabi ko sa kanya, nagtampo siya sa akin. Kasi yun pala, meron na siyang balak na papuntahin ako sa Amerika to take my theology. Then pupunta na sa Louvain to take a doctorate degree in philosophy. Pagbalik ko daw, magtatayo kami ng major seminary. Sa loob ko, ikaw naman po, Bishop, plano kayo ng plano. Hindi man niyo ako sinasama sa plano niyo. So, nagkatampo kami. Until when I decided we will get married, he was then the Archbishop of Lipa. I went to see him and tell him, Bishop, Archbishop, I want to celebrate my anniversaries with my classmates who became priests. Sabi niya, ano ka bang bata ka? How can you do that? Lumabas ka nga sa seminaryo eh. Hindi po. Kasabay ko po sila, ordina na sila, 1975. Magpapakasal naman po ako. Kaya sabay na kaming mag-anibersaryo. Sila priesthood, ako naman marital state. Gano'n. Ano ngayon, ba't ka nanto? Kasi po, kayo ang magkakasal sa akin. Nawala na ang sama ng loob sa akin ng Arsobispo. Since then, we were friends again until he died. In fact, before he died, and I was then being considered at the Archdiocese of Manila, it was Cardinal Vidal who wrote a letter to Cardinal Tagle and told him kahit nanginginig na ang kamay, malapit na siyang mamatay noon with my pastoral blessings, I endorsed Lamberto to become a member of your clergy of the Archdiocese of Manila. Now, how I ended up in Antipolo is another story, which we will talk someday, or this will probably become or remain a secret. Magtampo sa akin si James, bakit I'm talking to you like this and he doesn't know it?
Oo, curious din kami doon, Father, kasi syempre, paano nga ba kayo napunta? Kung Bulakenyo kayo, tapos ini-endorse pa kayo sa Maynila, pero napunta kayo finally sa Antipolo, di ba? So,
ang saya, no?
Oo, paikot-ikot. But anyway, Father, sige, baka may mga tanong naman syempre mga kasama natin. Sige, go.
Siguro, I'm curious with Father kasi he mentioned that he had a corporate life, di ba? Yung trabaho sa mga korporasyon. Father, ano po yung mga naging trabaho po ninyo sa mga kumpanya?
My first job as part of management was I was a marketing manager at Jardine Davis. Then they sent me to the Netherlands to take up diplomate in marketing management. When I came back, I spent another 2 years there, and then the senior vice president who sent me abroad to study became president of Phil Hispano and Phil Musai corporations. He asked me to join him as his vice president marketing. And then I was part of those who set up EasyCall. I don't know whether you remember pager. Baka mga bata pa kayo nun nung mauso yun, yung one-way communication, hindi ba?
Easy call, Father, easy call.
EasyCall. Kami ang nagtayo niyan, alphanumeric. Nung araw, packet bell lang. Kami, nababasa na yung message dito. Saka status symbol yung merong nakasabit sa iyong pager dito. Maraming lumabas nun. But I knew that EasyCall will be short-lived. So after a year, I was hired to be a country manager of Anheuser-Busch. That's the manufacturer of Budweiser beer. So I was made in charge of Guam and Micronesia and all the islands of the Pacific, the Paradise Islands of the Pacific. Then disaster on Guam came, huge earthquake. So at that time, during those times, I was already inviting Alaska and Shell to have basketball games on Guam. So that is when where I came to know Fred Witengsu, who invited me to become his director of sales at Alaska Milk. And then at Alaska Milk and General Milling, I was concurrently general manager of Swilig distribution, because we appointed Swilig as the distributor for our general milling products. What are these? Home fried pasta, Granny Goose snack foods, Cafe de Oro, and all other products of general milling. From there, I was hired by James Hardy. James Hardy is an Australian company, and we introduced a very innovative product, HardyFlex, the ceiling boards. So if you're familiar with the Lestrada Church, before its latest renovation, all the ceilings of the Lestrada Church, I donated that one. Well, there is a purpose for that. Para makita rin ng tao na this will last forever. This ang masisira yung mga pamakuan, pero yung HardyFlex hindi nasisira yan talaga. So from there I get burned out. I took a leave. Then after 1 year of doing nothing but bum around and play golf, hindi pala po pwede. So I got tired of resting, so to speak. But at this time, I didn't want to get employed. So I became the consultant of Matimco Wood Products. And then from there, I became president of Nextel, the push-to-talk telecoms company. And then I joined a French company. We did waste management, hazardous waste management at Cleanway Technology Corporation. And then after that, I was considered to become the commissioner of the Philippine Basketball Association. Then disaster came. My wife got sick of cancer. I just dropped everything. I told Chito Salud, commissionership is yours for the taking. I remember telling King, I already got majority vote. 5 out of 9. Ang kanilang requirement is 6 2/3. So meron na, pwede na uling makuha yung boto nun eh. But nagkasakit ang wife. When your wife gets sick, the greatest love of your life, getting sick, you will have to drop anything and everything that you will be doing. And then just pay attention to her and to her needs. So, ang haba na ng sinabi ko, isa lang maiksing tanong.
Father, yun nga di ba? Parang your extensive resume, ika nga. Grabe, parang...
Tsaka it's part of the journey, kumbaga.
Oo eh. Pero yun, Father, curious kami, ulitin lang natin kasi syempre si Chris nandito eh, di ba? Maraming mga chika tungkol sa pagiging PBA commissioner nyo na talagang medyo curious din kaming malaman. No? Sige, Chris, baka may mga gusto kang itanong kay
Father,
Oo.
sino po ba yung lumapit sa inyo no, mag-invite na maging candidate or paano po kayo naging candidate for the PBA commissionership?
Alam mo, King ba o Chris? How do I call you?
Chris po,
Chris or
Chris.
King?
Chris na lang, Chris
Chris.
po.
Na lang po.
It was not as if somebody approached me. It was just, I believe, one lady writer. If I recall, it was Beth Celis and another fellow lady writer. I couldn't recall. She just brought up the idea in one of her columns. And then all others just pick it up, this whole idea. Nagkaroon ng avalanche, so to speak. Until three major honors asked me, sabi nila sa akin, if you are serious, then we will endorse you. Yung tatlong yon, these are Fred Witengsu, understandably, because I work at Alaska Milk and General Milling. And, Fred Witengsu is one of the, what I would say, Fred is talagang siya, all above the line. Lagi ang kanyang almost like beyond reproach ang kanyang integrity. So, iba ang tingin ko sa kanya. At tapos, sinundan din ni Bertlina ng FedEx Air 21. And then, Santa Lucia. And then, si MVP, si Manny Pangilinan. Una nilang ibinoto yung si kapatid ni yung Gregorio
Patrick Gregorio?
Merong isang
Gregorio.
si Pato.
Patrick,
Si Pato ang
Patrick,
kanilang
Patrick.
kandidato
Patrick.
Grupo na lang ni Manny Pangilinan. Sinabi nila kay Pato, we have supported you up to the second voting. Hindi ka naman hindi ka naman lumalabas sa isa, ililipat na lang namin ang boto kay Lambert. So 4 na. Pagkatapos Red Bull, so 5 na. So in other words, pinikap na nila, they came. And because we were asked to make a presentation of our plans. Ang plano ko was very, very corporate. Talagang, eto yun. All marketing driven lahat. So nakita nila, and these people being corporate people said, we will support you all the way. Meron akong isa na pwedeng bumoto pa sa akin noon. So, lang sasabihin ng hindi na pa siya, very active. Nangyari nga nagkasakit ang wife. So, I was almost sure I would have clinched the commissionership kung hindi nagkasakit ang wife ko, please.
Ganun pala talaga. Ang ganda nung no? Sayang yun, pero syempre, sabi ko nga, di ba kanina, no? Yung oras para sa pamilya na hindi mababayaran ng pera. Talagang yun talaga yung pinipili natin. So, isang lesson sa mga asawa diyan, no? Sa mga nanonood sa ating mga ama, no? Yun yung talagang choice Talagang you have to make a choice. At si Father Lambert during that time, no? Talagang he really made the right choice, no? To be with his ailing wife.
Alam mo, Chris, ang tawag ko diyan extravagant expression of love. When you are prepared to give up the most valuable thing in favor of something greater than this. And what is greater than this? A love for a wife, a love for a child, a love for, those you hold dearest. Anything and everything must be done in function of this love, in pursuit of this love. Ganyan yan. No, ifs and buts yan. Pala hindi na tinatanong yan, hindi na pinag-iisipan yan. Iyan talagang ano na yan. Straight from your heart yan. So, yeah.
Okay. Wow. Sobrang hindi na kami nakapagsalita ni ni Lester. No? But anyway, siguro po at this point, medyo muna, let's take a break real quick for siguro habang nilalagom natin yung mga narinig nating kwento mula of course kay tatay na father. Ayan, tatay na father.
Just
Father
meron
Lambert
silang mga
Ramos.
tanong kay Father Lambert, they can just type it in the comment section sa ating live feed, and then we'll try to ask those questions later on when we go back.
Yes. In the meantime, of course, let's listen to, of course, another song from our JMM catalog. This one is, of course, Out of Roads by Father Johnny Go SJ and Father Arnel Aquino SJ. Kung po kayong aalis, magbabalik ang JMM Radio.
I just went out of roads again. Don't know where to turn. I started counting stars again. Then I lost my way. I just went out of time again. Will I ever learn to stop my chase of hours again? Only to learn I've lost the day, the last thing I need is to heed this whisper in the wind. The last thing I want is this voice that rises from within. I'll need to go home soon, I know, but maybe tomorrow, not now, when the last